is. Autumn Knave says, I would love to see, where was it? He said something about wanting to see a Rindukan-esque PDF for all the characters. If only this were reality. If only I could just download, whether it was free or not free, it doesn't even matter. If only I could download a PDF for each of the characters that would just explain to me what buttons are good, what combos I need to do. Why is this so hard? Why don't we have this? Of all the things that hold back the fighting game community from growing, I feel like just solid, concrete information for beginners, intermediate, expert level players is just not there. Why? Why? And, you know, there's definitely a lot of bureaucratic reasons for why. You know, you have Brady Games, who has the license to Marvel and Cross Tekken, and then Prima has the license for Street Fighter 4, and both companies aren't exactly like fighting game focused companies. You know, they just treat fighting games like any other title that they have the license to produce a guide for. So, it's very depressing. Very depressing. But you know what would be good is to look at the elements behind the Rindukan Bible. And actually, if somebody could post the link in there just so that everybody can see what we're talking about. The Rindukan Bible is this fan-made PDF about Makoto that's designed and laid out like an amazingly professionally done document, or, you know, PDF. There's a print version, and then there's a screen version that you can read on your iPad. Jesus Christ, I can't tell you how awesome this guide is. There you go. Yes, thank you, Keateen, for posting that. It's awesome. Jesus. So, I don't know, man. There's so much to be done. There's so much to be done, and who's going to do it? Unless there's money to be made. Oh, here, hold on, let me click on this. Boom, virus. What? Let's see, what game is this? Yeah, I don't know what game this is for, but, oh, League of Legends. Okay, yeah, sure. Yes, more of that. More of that. You guys don't think that I've tried this? Oh, God. This stuff just bums me out, guys. Honestly, it really does. Oh, God, I can't even think about this stuff. Does anybody have a contact at Prima? Maybe? Or anybody knows anybody who works at Prima? No, Clockwork is connected with Brady Games. It's very, it's very, very depressing. Oh my gosh, what are we gonna do, guys? What are we gonna do? Makes you sad? Makes me sad. Makes everybody sad. All right. Anyways, moving forward. Oh, yes. Jaginogun says, Gootecks, don't know if you read it, but CVS 2 was just released on Japanese PSN. Do you think this is Capcom trying to test the waters as to whether or not a proper port such as Third Strike or HD Remix is worth putting into? Yeah, I mean, it's really funny because I didn't hear about any of this until like today or yesterday. I was just like, dude, how? I don't know. Why would they only put it out in Japan? And does that make it like a bad port? I don't know, whatever. I'm sure if it does well over there, they'll bring it in over here. And then they'll either start working on CVS 3 or they'll, you know, do CVS 2 HD or whatever, something like that. Yeah, man. It's I never really played CVS 2, but all of the great, so many players that I respect and look up to were masters at that game. So, hey, what can I say? The level up your guy. Thank you, Mark Rose. The level up your game guys worked on the Tekken Tag 2 Prima guide. Maybe you can get in contact with them. Awesome. Thank you. I'll hit up Rip and be like, yo. Yeah. PS2 Classics download. Yeah, not a new version. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. You know, the other interesting thing was Capcom. Where did they post? They were like, "Oh, we're looking." Here we go. Capcom listening to fan requests and could be looking for an ambassador in the near future. In the not-so-distant future, we will likely, but not definitively, budget issues and all, hire a new fighting game ambassador who will help in such efforts. Please don't fuck that one up. Oh, gosh. It's hilarious, too. Anyways, I'm not one to apply for a job. You guys know me, right? I'm not the guy that fills out a resume and, you know, goes on monster.com and puts a cover letter in. I don't do those things, right? Even when I have to write a proposal, man, I'm like, dude, can we just do the project like I want to do it? And I suck at writing proposals. Anyways. Anyways. Oh. All right. So, yeah. Street Fighter Cross Tekken. I don't know, man. I don't know if anything can be done with Street Fighter Cross Tekken. But then again, I haven't really been following it, and I guess after they patched it, it's like totally different now. I'd rather run for governor. Although then, as soon as I ran for governor, the opposing party would definitely dig up all the skeletons in my closet. So there's all the misogynistic, racist, homophobic comments that I made over the years. And they'd bring up pictures of me with long hair and be like, look at this hippie. You want this hippie to be your governor? Didn't think so. Oh, yes. Yes, exactly. Me with long hair, election over. All right. Um, let's take some questions and then let's wrap it up. It's almost, lunchtime is almost over, guys. Am I running out of things to talk about? Have we really covered everything that I know stuff about? Daroxus says, "Hey, what is your mind frame like when you're at a major like SBO or Evo?" When I was playing competitively and was seriously trying to win and play my best, I would set written goals. I would say, I'm going to make it past the first round of SBO, or I'm going to win one major in Street Fighter 4. I wish I still had it, but I don't anymore. But I had a sheet, a goal sheet, all these goals that I had written out. Why? Because written goals work. I don't know why, they just do. You could talk forever about why they work. Is it training your mind? Is it the law of attraction? Is it some sort of higher power? I don't know. But when you set written goals in the correct way, they work. But being consistent with them is difficult. Anyways, I would try to exercise and eat right. I would not eat heavy the day of. I would focus on how it was going to feel when I won. I would imagine the feeling of victory, which is why in some old videos of me, such as like in I Got Next, you can see me smiling and then like running my hands over the buttons, because I would try to visualize the victory before the match started. I mean, hey, I don't know. That's just what I would do. These are topics that I never heard anybody. I don't know what Justin Wong thinks. Justin Wong probably just, that's not true. Actually, I feel like I've talked with Justin about that before, and Justin always goes into it like, I'm gonna beat this guy. But then it's like, it's different because it's like you build that over time. Like, I can't go into every match and be like, I'm going to beat this guy, even though obviously that's the best way to do it. But it's like, if you don't have the track record and results to back that up, like for example, maybe you beat the guy last time, or maybe, you're like the best in the world at the game. So of course you're going to beat this guy. Even though obviously you can't win them all. So those are some of the things that I used to think about. Are you guys... Oh my god. You guys, really? Really? Okay. You guys do understand that and I talk about this so much, but you guys don't listen, so you make me talk about it again. Look, CrossCounter is a standalone LLC held by two people. You can guess who those two people are. Complexity is a separate entity that exists in and of itself. When Mike and I joined Complexity, we were brought on to head the fighting game division. Complexity CrossCounter was the name chosen for the fighting game division because CrossCounter was running it, and there was no way that I was going to sign to a team and lose the CrossCounter name. Therefore, if Mike, myself, Peter, Comofine decide to leave Complexity or not renew the contract, CrossCounter still exists. Jeez. But it's like, yes, put a fact in the info if you're tired of these things. Thank you. Yes, Willie Griff, that is a great idea. Can somebody please start a Google Doc with all of the frequently asked questions? Oh my God, that's the best idea ever. Somebody please doing that. Somebody please help me with that. Freeaboo Fight Club says, Gootecks, are you planning on running any future FGC events a la bar fights? Yes, if we can set some shit up here in LA. This will be done in the next month, and we can do bar fights on a regular basis, but it's not going to be like it was before. It's just going to be dudes coming down, playing casuals, and drinking and eating food. Doesn't that sound like fun, guys? Don't you guys want to do that? I think it sounds like fun. Because in my mind, the casual market is very underserved. Just like I said that there was no good resources for people who are trying to learn how to play, there's no good resources for people that just want to play casually. Because the tournament scene is difficult to keep up with and stay a part of if you don't have the drive inside you to become better. Lots of tournament players, lots of players are totally in the tournament scene to improve themselves and improve their games as players, right? But if you don't have that because whatever, you're like, oh, I'm not really that competitive, or maybe you're like, oh, I just play for fun, or maybe you're like, oh, I have a job, so I don't really, there's no point in me trying to compete because I just don't have the time to dedicate. There's still, I would say, probably 80% of the player base that's like, I just want to play casuals. There we go. Thank you, Death Dealer Wolf. Guys, post questions on the Team Fighting Rabbits Facebook page, and then he'll put them in the FAQ. Thank you. How'd the talk? Goolookin says, how'd the talk go with live streaming food? I've been chasing these motherfuckers around, and if I don't hear back, I'm going to take the idea to all of the competing gourmet burger chains, and I'm going to blow it up. Everything started out so good, but I guess maybe talking about it with you guys jinxed me or something. I think that's what happened. It's difficult because I don't really have an outlet. I don't have anybody that I can just talk to about stuff. You guys are my outlet. What can I say? There's literally, it's not true. I can talk to my parents, but it's like, dude, like I can do that, but other than that, like there's basically nobody else. There's nobody else that I can just talk to about these things. Because it's too complicated. Sometimes it's not really so much about, like I'm not really looking for feedback usually. And plus, feedback in the chat room is a lot easier to ignore when it's not any good. But also it's a lot easier because I feel like sometimes if I'm talking about things and I have like an audience of 200 plus people, somebody will come up with something good, right? You guys come up with interesting ideas all the time, like the hitting up level up your game, because I didn't know that they worked with Prima on the guide. So I will do that and see if I can get a contact at Prima. Ten Gaio says, can you start a show cooking with Gootecks? You know what's funny about that is I've thought about doing stuff like that, and then the idea gets shot down. The other problem with cooking with Gootecks is that it would be the same fucking show every day because I only know how to make one thing. That's not true, two things. I know how to make chicken, lemon pepper chicken, baked Brussels sprouts, sauteed greens, and brown rice. I don't know how to make smoothies. I guess I could make eggs. It'd probably be a pretty short show. Have a lifespan of like 6 episodes. Dr. Zayas gets salty with Gootecks. Oh my god. That's hilarious. NYC Frost says, hey Gootecks, I was watching you play at the Capcom tournament in NY. What happened in top 8? I was up too late drinking. This is fact. My bad. Ooh, Drew UK says, then find a hot chick to teach you how to cook new stuff. I like where you're going with this. Gosh. Where would I find a hot girl that knew how to cook, that could show me how to cook? Craigslist, not in LA. Oh my god. You know, there's some girls that know how to cook. You know, it's really like a cultural thing, you know. Girls that know how to cook usually come from a culture where no, that's not true. But usually, like, girls who know how to cook usually know how to do other things. Like, maybe I'm just thinking about, like, Asian girls. I feel like Asian girls really put the effort into taking care of their man, whereas girls of other, it's just different. Like, all ethnicities are different, you know? But the Asian culture really kind of, like, suggests that your job as a woman is to take care of your man, part of which includes cooking, you know? They're very, I don't know, just speaking from past experience, they make an effort to take care of you, you know? That's probably why, I mean, am I wrong in saying that Asian women are like the most highly desired women in the world? Is that just like a broad generalization? I don't know. I don't know. Thank you, East SRK and Rakeonomics. uh, I don't mean that they're just physically more attractive. I mean that they're just highly desired because, in general, they just tend to take care of their man. Oh man, we are really, yeah. Quan Chu says Asian girls are good waifus. Waifu. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. All right. NYC Frost says, hey Gootecks, second time caller, first time caller, long time listener. I'm currently enrolled in Queens College and I'm interested in starting up a gaming league for college like for other sports. With League of Legends and StarCraft 2, I feel a college league can be started. Absolutely. You're actually late to the game. There's already the CSL, Collegiate Star League. So maybe you can start a branch over in Queens for the Collegiate Star League, maybe. I think it's certainly only a matter of time before all the games that we play have teams at the schools, and things like football and basketball and whatever are just kind of like thrown by the wayside because there's more money in esports. Because imagine, right? Imagine that you're Complexity or Evil Geniuses or CrossCounter and you have a pro team and you're like, oh man, like this guy was like top of his league, top of the, you know, collegiate whatever league, you know, this guy was, he's from Harvard, right? This guy is from Harvard, and he's the best guy on his StarCraft team or his Street Fighter team or whatever. Give me that guy. Can I get that guy? I mean, it makes perfect sense. Like, you go to college, and then you go pro. I mean, that's the next logical step. It's true, man. I mean, by the time 5 to 10 years from now, esports is going to be epically huge. And we can make fun all day about all those things. But the fact of the matter is, it's coming. And there's nothing that we could do to stop it. Anyways, guys, I've run out of steam. I've run out of steam, and there's nothing left to talk about. So the takeaways from this episode. Oh, hey, this is what I was going to ask you guys. So, you know, the other, like several shows ago, people were asking about fashion and where I get my stuff, and I talked about Plunder. And then somebody, I forget who, was so kind to turn me on to Jackthreads, which I think is way better than Plunder in terms of their selection. I mean, if just for me personally, for me. I mean, for you guys, you know, you guys that, anyways, there's Jackthreads, there's Plunder. I was wondering if you guys know of any other things, any other websites like that where I can get credit for referring people, because thanks to you guys, and hey, if you bought something from Plunder or Jackthreads, courtesy of me, thank you. I spent more time than I'm willing to admit today and yesterday looking for stuff that I was going to pick out from Jackthreads and Plunder, just because there was free money in the account, and I was so excited. So here, look. There's the Jackthreads link. And oops. Shit. There's the Jackthreads link. How do we do this? How do we do this? Oh, god damn it. Jackthreads.com/invite Gootecks. I need to make a bit.ly link. There we go. One at the top, one at the bottom. Anyways, that's the Plunder link. That's the Jackthreads link. One of those you will like if you like buying clothes and trying to look fashionable. Oh, dude. Yeah, right? Jackthreads, Gootecks, that would be dope. Anyways, do you guys know any other sites that are like that where I can get credit for referring people? Strike a deal with Kubi. I do have a deal with Kubi. See? Buy this shirt, brokentier.com. Go get it. You know what's better than getting credit on these different sites for referring people is, of course, you guys supporting CrossCounter by buying t-shirts. Scroll up, scroll up. Living Social, Supreme New York. Living Social, Redbubble. refer people to. I feel like I'm already part of Living Social, but we'll see. Maybe we can all go do things together. Just kidding. Digital gravel. None of these look like. Yeah, I don't know. None of these really look like the same thing where I can refer people in the same way to get credit. It's so much fun. I like it. I think it's fun. Karmaloop? Do they? Karmaloop? So much fun. Snackish says, Gootecks, what do you think of fans walking up to you to say hello? Cool with me. Happens all the time. Happens all the time. Nah, man. These guys, nobody's doing it like, oh wait, here it is. Get $10 now. I'm trying to click and get $10 now. It doesn't work. Nothing works. I almost certainly will. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be a Canada Cup. So don't you worry. 80s purple. Let's see. I don't know, guys. Snackish, what if you're with a woman and a fan approaches you? It happens. It has happened. I feel like when that happens, it raises my value in her eyes. Oh, what happened? What happened? What happened? What happened? Oh, here we go. Nothing. All right. Oh, IFC Calnito says, Gootecks, what's the best nightclub in SoCal? Well, I am, of course, biased. I would say that Exchange is the best, but other candidates are the Avalon on Fridays for Control. Okay. Exchange is really good on Saturdays for house. If you like trance, Exchange is also good on Fridays. Dre's is really good. I have a friend that promotes at Dre's. If you want to go to Exchange or Dre's or sometimes Control, then hit me up and I can point you in the right direction and get you guys on the guest list. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Belasco, but I mean, the place itself is really cool, but I don't know, Asian night, man, it's like always Asian night there. Yeah, the standard is dope. Honestly, IFC Calnito, I think you should come out to Exchange tomorrow for Shakedown Volume 4, headlining by Destructo. All right, guys, we have kind of just petered off course here, and I've run out of juice. So I want to thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for your feedback. Thank you for the suggestions. Thank you for the Living Social suggestion and all these other great sites. I'm going to play some Street Fighter 4 and some Third Strike probably. So this is the end of Gootecks. I guess maybe you can stay tuned if you want. I don't know. I'll try to stream and see if it's even playable, but sometimes it's not. So, all right.